Hey YouTube, this is Andreas, aka the Grecian Thunder here, with a video response to the Vinyl Community Thread #1 put out by Mr. Hall of Fame. The 7 questions that he asked. So, the first question is, what are your 3 favorite labels? Well, that's really hard for me. I used to buy a lot of records based off of the label, but lately I've been kind of reminiscing on stuff I bought when I was a teenager or whatever. So first label is Sub Pop, and this record, Six Finger Satellite, Paranormalized, was one of the earlier records I bought on that label. Of course, you know, Nirvana, Mudhoney, Soundgarden, Melvins, the list goes on and on. But I have some other stuff on Sub Pop, but I've been just revisiting that label lately. Next one is one they do a lot of reissues, but they also have a lot of, of their own bands, which I've picked up a few. And I've had the pleasure to know personally a couple of them. But that label is the Alive Natural Sound label, and this is a reissue they did of Fred Sonic Smith's live concert, Sonic's Rendezvous Band, on purple vinyl. Really good live album if you haven't picked it up yet. The last label, I was super into this label like when I was like 15, 16 years old, because a band I knew turned me on to them, and turned me on to this band specifically, The Mummies. This is their Runnin' on Empty Volume 1, and that label is Estrus Records. They put out a lot of garage stuff, and yeah, I mean, I'm still into that kind of music. I mean, just because of its endless supply of no talent, which, I'm attracted to no talent bands because I don't know. I mean, it just seems more innocent and passionate at times, which I guess explains my whole punk connection, I guess. But, of course my tastes have matured since then. But I still like to read the garage stuff. It's real fun. So, the next question was 5 LPs from your blues genre. Unfortunately, I just went through my stuff and I'm seriously lacking in blues. I mean, I was gonna pull out some Stones or something just to be a smart ass, but instead I pulled out another white boy band to be a smart ass, and that band is ZZ Top with the album Tejas. I think this is actually a really good blues record. I mean, it's just a personal opinion, but it rocks in a bluesy kind of way. Next album I just showed, actually, but it's the only Robert Johnson album I have, and can't have the blues without Robert Johnson. And let's see, I have this one Taj Mahal record, The Natural Blues, and I've listened to it quite a few times. So I mean, obviously I like the blues, it's just I haven't purchased enough yet, and of course my collection's always growing. So, and then finally, I have this Skip James record, some recordings from 1931, around the same time as Robert Johnson, really. Read a lot about this guy. I need to maybe see if I can find a biography or something, but I mean, I kind of can relate to him a little bit. I mean, he really had like a different attitude about life. I mean, I'm not as negative as he was, but Yeah, I mean, he absolutely hated women, for instance, which is obvious in a lot of his songs, but he loved them as well, so I guess that's the whole duality of it. So yeah, those are my only blues records, unfortunately, so, but I will be adding to them. Let's see, the next question is, what genre do you feel hasn't developed? That's one of them. And then pretty much every other genre, because my collection is like, there's small pockets of everything, and I need everything. I mean, not literally everything. I don't want 100,000 records. That's, you know, that's been pointed out by you guys before, as far as, you know, never having the time, and I want to listen to my records, so, yeah, I mean, I'd like to just build my collection and double my vinyl this year and see where it goes from there. Okay, next one is the 5 music DVDs. Yeah, I do have 5 here. I could have, actually, wait, I'm missing one. I did have 5. Oh, here it is. Okay. The first one is kind of a rock opera, I guess, is what you call it. It's more modern though, and I'm sure most of you have seen this movie, but I just love the songs on here, and Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Yeah, just amazing music, and Stephen Trask did the music for this, so if you haven't seen this movie, definitely check it out. The next one won't be a surprise if you watch my first video. This Devo DVD, The Complete Truth About the Evolution, and it's got all sorts of stuff on it, like early videos, videos that were on MTV, you know, some of their weird art type stuff, you know, all sorts of different stuff for a Devo fan out there. Picked this up used about a year or so ago, but I've been in this band since like the late 90s, and I showed that Turbo Negro record. So this Turbo Negro, the Res Erection, it's basically, they imploded in 96 or 97, I think. And this is basically a documentary that covers their reformation and subsequent tour, and a couple, you know, there's a couple live shows, but, you know, if you're into this band and their whole death punk aesthetic, check it out. This one might actually make some people mad, because my attitude about it is, it's basically Spinal Tap Part 2. I mean, I loved this band when I was a kid, and their early records are awesome, they're the shit. But I didn't get into their later stuff, and just knowing the lore of the early history of this band, I'm just gonna show it. Metallica, Some Kind of Monster. Particularly the scene where it's Lars and the therapist guy and Dave Mustaine. Me and a couple of my friends actually were rolling on the floor laughing during that part, just because it was so. I mean, I know the emotions that they feel between each other are real, but it was comical, and I don't know if it was edited that way on purpose or what. Just the fact that they had to hire a therapist, to me, I mean, yeah, I mean, Spinal Tap too. I mean, there's some other scenes, but there's some touching stuff too. So, you know, it's not all funny, but it's a good movie nonetheless. And then finally, just for novelty's sake, R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet, parts 1 through 12. This one even surprised me. I mean, I have some other music DVDs, and VHS tapes, but it's actually brilliant, I guess is the word. Stemming on genius, maybe. Just the fact that he can string all these words together, it's almost as if he's ad-libbing the entire thing because it's so ridiculous. But yeah, so those are the DVDs that I chose. What else do I do besides collect vinyl? Well, I play bass. I'm learning to play piano. I got a little synthesizer. I read quite a bit. Various subjects, like I'm really into history and reference material, and you know, learning new things like mixology and stuff about, you know, the Civil War, World War II, weird history. What else do I got over there? I've got, yeah, music, of course. I love like epic poetry and things like that. Well, I ride my bike everywhere. I love my bike. I'm in Portland, which is, it's a bike town. And being from Ohio, where you know, you have to have a car. You don't have to have a car necessarily here. Public transportation and bikes and things. What else? I like hanging out with my friends. Love going to live shows. I love playing live shows, which I need to do soon. Movies. Love watching documentaries and foreign films and comedies and adventure, and pretty much everything. I'll watch the worst movie on the planet if I have to. Food. I love food. I love cooking, eating, tasting new things. You know, I just like experiencing new stuff, I guess. And I mean, I can go on and on. You know, whatever. We're all multifaceted, so you know, we're doing this for crying out loud. How often do you get a new record that is warped? The only one that I've ever gotten that is warped was my own fault. It wasn't warped when I bought it, but when I got it home it was, because I left it in the back of a car during the summer. So, and that was actually a Turbo Negro record, Party Animals, and I haven't tried to find it yet to replace it, but I've just got it crammed in my records, hoping that by some magical power it'll straighten itself out. You know, I could try the glass in the oven thing, but I don't, you know, I don't really want to stink up the house. So. If you could steal 3 records from someone in the vinyl community, who would it be? I don't really fancy myself a cat burglar or anything of that sort, so. And in reality, I mean, if you want to get down to brass tacks, I already have, you know, just based on what you guys have shown me. I've added some of them to my collection already within the past, you know, few months, and yeah, I mean that's the fact of the matter. I mean, you guys are showing me some stuff I have not ever heard of, and are making it sound extremely interesting, and are delivering on that, because the stuff I have picked up, a few things, amazing. So, and yeah. So that about wraps it up, and I'll see you guys next time.